Hey Greg, let's get into this workout real quick. Specifically want to look at this last couple reps. The first of these, spoiler alert, were pretty damn good. They're actually real pretty. But the last couple were expressing the self-same tendency. Now you said you got a little bent over on the last one, and I agree. This is why though, right? That's the key there. Watch this. This descent right here to this point is flawless. If you had stopped right here and started coming up, everything would have been great, and Mark Ripito himself would have cried a tear of joy. You see the patella is right over the approximation of the greater trochanter and the acetabula, which is where the hip joint is. Maybe a quarter of an inch lower, but not much. Watch how far deeper we go. See that? That is where you end up. What is required to happen there is that your back now had to get more upright and your knees now had to move a slight bit forward, which is all going to have to come undone in order for you to get up out of the hole now. That process has to reverse. Watch what happens. See what happened? The knees pull back, the hips shoot up, the back angle corrects back down and bent over, and then you start to ascend, right? Watch this happen one more time in real time. You're going to dive bomb in, knees cave in, knees go back, and all that stuff occurs once again. So the key here is, and the cue for you is to stay real tight going down and try to cut your depth just a little bit. It's only going to be an inch or so, but that inch makes a lot of difference. Even in the first ones, we kind of dive bombed a little bit. So you could lose an inch off that depth and still definitely achieve depth and squat a lot more weight. That's the key there. With these benches, I rightly agree with your assessment. The bar path was pretty darn slow. Let's see here. Okay. And I would still really like a side view of these. It looks to me like you're kind of locking out over the rib cage on some of them. But these look pretty darn good. I like the amount of leg drive that you've got. I like the way you set your back on that one. All I'm seeing is a little bit of arch collapse, which I think is due more to the scapula than this side of it. I think the scapulae are coming out a little bit. And I think that we might be locking out a little crotchward of the shoulder. The cues for that, of course, and the corrections are going to be A, pulling the chest up and pulling the shoulders under your rib cage before you descend for your next rep. Ideally, if it's a set of 3, just do it every rep, man. I mean, it's not taking a lot of bandwidth. So chest up, shoulders under your ribs every single rep. Whenever you feel like you've lost any tightness. And then make sure that we find that position where the bar needs to be every single rep and aim for it as you're driving the bar up. And with these deadlifts, I love being a little more deliberate with the bar path. And before I speak too soon, let me just be quiet for one more rep. But I'm sure you and everyone who witnessed this can see that that's a darn good deadlift. That's a deadlift that a man should be proud of. So congratulations on that. I'm pretty happy about it. You should be happy about it. You should send that to your mom. Your mom would be pretty happy about it, I bet. On these chin-ups, I would say what I've done, actually that'll bridge into the next thing I was going to show you. Let's look at next week's programming really quickly. So what we've done, ignore the survey here, that'll be, you can take that on Saturday. But you'll see that we are going to go up in everything that we have completed, and things like, for instance, the 15th, which is just going to be a repeat of the middle day of last week because we weren't able to complete it. but everything that was completed will go up. I've changed the bench press around a little bit to adjust for what happened Saturday, right? Yeah, I'm not crazy. So the bench press is now triple or 3 sets of 2 rather than 2 sets of 3, and I would like us to attempt that 230. Just have the pen set and all that, you know. And then with the chin-ups, I've changed that to an AMRAP rather than a set number. If the elbow is feeling funky, just do as many as you feel comfortable doing, okay? And that's going to be an AMRAP. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out, and I will speak with you soon.